Assalamu alaikum, and peace be upon all of you. Peace be upon all of you. And may peace soon reign upon the residents of Fresno, specifically those families living in shadows, hoping and praying that our leaders will be driven by ethics and humanity and not political rhetoric or divisiveness. Some of you may be aware that 4 individuals in our community are being charged for their participation in a peaceful protest outside of the county jail on Sunday, March 5th. There, a few dozen people gathered to call upon our city, our county, and our sheriff to not support nor participate in mass deportation plans, and for our undocumented families, neighbors, brothers, and sisters. I was there. Many of my colleagues were there. Many of Fresno's faith leaders and service providers were there. This event started and ended peacefully, yet weeks later, these 4 individuals were shocked to learn that they had received charges. We have since learned that the Fresno PD and our city are pursuing this based upon a municipal code. Not only has this led to clear intimidation and fear, these tactics have already cost these individuals thousands of dollars on bail bonds, court, and legal fees. I can say firsthand that many, in fact, the vast majority of protests on all sides of the spectrum and issues in recent months has faced no repercussion, no reaction, let alone serious misdemeanor charges being brought to a case. Is this really the best use for our tax dollars? Is this a
shame on brand?
Is this a targeting of specific activists? Is this an attempt to intimidate our free speech and discourage us from future peaceful protests? Because this is being pursued by the city, it is ultimately up to Mayor Brand whether he wants to continue down this path and really pursue charges. We have received a response from Mr. H. Spies on behalf of the mayor. In it are a few points. Number 1, that Mayor Brand has made himself available and willing to work with us. Yes, Mayor Brand has made himself available to meet with us and to listen to us, but as of yet has not chosen to stand with us nor our families. We have asked about defense funds, we have asked about an Office of Immigration Affairs, and about these citations, and on all accounts, he relayed that the city and the budget would not allow, and the asks that we shared could not be supported by the Office of the Mayor. We are asking nothing but leading with families, leading Fresno with boldness, leading with courage, nothing more. Number 2, Mayor Brand believes that he should not intervene in the legal process. We disagree. When the legal process is suspect and unjust and arbitrary and selectively applied, then we need you, Mayor Brand. We need you to intervene, because if not you, then who will? And then Mr. Spies writes of his own accord that the situation could have been avoided if the individuals had sought a city permit and stayed off the road. Mr. Spies, desperate times call for immediate action, and making signs is not some grand preparation process that you make it out to be. Most of the protests over the past few months have been announced the day before or even the day of, and we are right now facing extreme times where our voices need to be heard more now than ever. Right now, so again, extreme times call upon us to act immediately. But, Mr. Spies, if this was the case, and what you have shared is so true, then I ask, this coming November on Black Friday, when public safety is a real concern, and traffic is congested in North Fresno because there are lines of people standing up down Alluvial, literally blocking entryways into shopping centers, waiting to buy a television set, are you then going to support citing Best Buy or Target? When pro-Trump rally this past month placed a bunch of A-frame signs in the middle of Shaw Avenue impeding our ability to drive safely and see properly, did you cite anyone? Whatever the case may be, the next point is that we should have stayed off the road and listened to the officers. First of all, I was there, and most of us, none of us that I am aware of, were approached by police officers or asked to remove ourselves from the road. As a matter of fact, that day, officers blocked traffic for us and acted in a friendly manner. But if that's the case, that we should have gotten off the road, then why were just a few cited for the actions of many? It is not like one of the four who have been charged, gathered all of us and invited all of us and asked all of us to come. Protests don't work that way.
Grassroots.
Protests are groups of people agreeing to gather somewhere for a purpose, and you hear about it, you learn about it from one place or another, and you gather. It is not the responsibility of one nor four. Mayor Brand, Mr. Spies, we need you to be the leaders that we need you to be. We need you to stand with our right to exercise democracy and speak our minds, our pains, our struggles, our hurts, and even our anger. We have done so peacefully and without incident up until this point, and we call upon you to stand with us and honor our constitutional right and make a statement that in our democratic experiment that is the United States, we will be heard, we will be heard, and we will be heard.
Amen.